thank you for joining me. This is a reading for twin flames. I am going to review the remaining part of January, so from the 21st, the week of the 21st through the end of January 2019. This is going to be for all zodiacs, okay? And we are just going to cover the past, present, future, your feelings, and their feelings, okay? I will refer to the feminine as the chaser and the masculine as the runner. I will also take a look at the outcome coming up in the near future as well as long term. This is a general reading, so it will not resonate with all, but take what fits and leave the rest. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your support so very much, and I also take a lot of pride and pleasure in doing these readings for you and providing clarity on your journey. Okay, I know this has been a tough journey for twin flames. This is applicable to twin flames who have been going through this journey for at least, within the past year, if not more, for sure, okay? It's been an ongoing process. We're about at the 1.5 year mark for a lot of folks who have are kind of newer to the game, okay? Since this is a long journey, 1.5 years is in it a bit. Okay, so we'll get clarification for all of you guys. Again, if you're new, please hit subscribe and the notification bell so I can reach you on the next reading. And I want to remind you guys that I do live in a very powerful area. I do use the energy throughout the readings, so take from it what you'd like. Stay positive, guys. Very intense energy, and I don't want anybody, pulling out anything negative. So just stay positive. Let's be optimistic about the situation. But I feel free to use the energy because it's intense. I will give you a quick peek of the mountain there. It's bad lighting for me to be in it at the same time, but you can get a good gist of what it looks like there, okay? All right, guys. Powerful stuff. Manifesting, healing, whatever you use that energy for, it's good for all of that, okay? I'm also going to pull some love cards out just to give you some understanding on what you can do, what moves you can make, what thought processes you can have, or belief systems you can stick with to help get you closer to your ultimate goal of union, okay? All right, guys. I'm going to pull a major arcana for each of you, okay? The feminine, and then the chaser, and then I will set them up as we go over them so you can see them as well. The feminine got the world, and masculine got the emperor. No surprise. Oops. All right, we're going to do 2 cards for the past, 2 cards for the present, and 2 for the future here. All right, so for the past, we've got the 8 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. So things are going really well. You've got new stuff going on. There's new opportunities. You're feeling real good about how the past has played into where you're at the moment, okay? You've had a lot on your mind about new ventures, new opportunities coming in, relationships, things really coming to a position of forward movement for the best case scenario, all things being served positively, right? That's the mentality that you've been trying to bring forward from the past. And, you've been trying your best on both ends. This is for both sides. This is all overall what's been going on past, present, future between the relationship. There's been a lot of back and forth on this, making decisions. Which way am I going to go? What am I going to do? Just to the point of exhaustion almost. And the present right now, there's a lot of light being shown on the situation. It might not be completely revealing. However, there's positivity happening with this stuck situation. Okay, there's information coming out, there's movement happening, there are communications for a lot of you that are just starting to come out, that are helping put you in a position that there is some positivity, a light at the end of the tunnel, some kind of indication of which direction you're going to go. That's what you've been waiting for. That's what you have a little bit of clarification on. Sorry, guys. A little bit of clarification on at the present time. You've got that lit up moment where you have a starting point and a starting direction, right? A little bit of clarification is coming through. You know, for some of you, that piece of information from the other person came through, and that helped you with the direction. For others of you who had two different people involved, you did or are receiving some information, communication from them that helps you go in the right direction. And for some of you, it gave unexpected direction on a person that you thought you were kind of over. Okay, you really thought you had that one figured out. For a lot of my twin flames, that kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, it was in the cards a little bit, and you really just thought this was kind of passing energy. But that person that, you know, you might have that runner, okay, that might have looked like more of a karmic relationship because of the challenge that comes with it at times. You've really got that aha moment where all the signs came around. You know, whether that's angel numbers or songs or however you receive those signs, they came in kind of full bore in the past few weeks, and you had no choice but to really pay attention. Okay, if you've been working on your connection and your intuition, you've seen some pretty incredible things turn around. That gave you that perspective that, man, okay, I think I understand what success and true happiness means, right? What hard work towards an accomplishment isn't always about starting brand new, right? It can mean starting a new chapter with something that already has a past. Okay. I know a lot of my twin flames, there was a little bit of a situation with, you know, some people they had just kind of met, or a lot of this information about this new person was going to come in. Well, some of you already had a person, and some of you that had that person had someone else that you had already known from the past. Okay, so it wasn't a new person, it was just a new situation that was happening, and you had to discern whether or not that person needed to go and you were going to stay with the person you're with, or if that really was what you needed to let go of, and this person you really didn't think was the one for you actually was. Okay, so there's a couple different scenarios going on here for you guys, depending on what position you're in. Okay, you either got clarification on the person that you've been in a relationship with that you thought maybe wasn't going to go forward. Well, you realize that actually that is something, this is what it was all about, and you just didn't see it yet. Or you realize that person that's coming back in your life, whether they're new or whether it's a new outlook on that older person, that came to light, and that's where you're seeing your direction needs to flow, maybe out of a karmic relationship and now into your twin flame union. Okay, a lot of healing's been happening, so a lot of this is coming around for you guys, and for the future, there's a really good, positive, progressive movement towards clarity in the relationship, towards, you know, getting out of that fear of where is this going to go, and what does it all mean. You're coming out of that energy, and you're coming into, you're moving away from it, okay, and more into this positive outlook. Okay, I see for some of you there's going to be some travel. So if you've been seeing signs of travel or been hearing that a lot, that's definitely going to be coming around for you. We'll see what that looks like on how far out that's going to be. But I do see some movement as far as just getting away, having time to reconnect, having that opportunity to communicate, to have that nostalgic, you know, childhood laughter where you just are in the floor and you're crying, laughing, and there are moments that you just haven't felt in years. Okay, you're going into that direction. If you are planning a trip, This is going to be a beautiful opportunity for a new start for you guys. Okay. All right. So that's overall with the relationship. Now let's take a look at the feminine, okay? The chaser, how you're feeling. And the masculine runner, let's see how he's feeling right now. This is present, okay? This is present energy. The Three of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the King of Cups. All right. Yes. So for those of you who had communication coming in, you are seeing a brand new opportunity, just as we were just saying, to that newfound perspective on this relationship. It's a new respect. It's a new, you respect all those little things that maybe you took for granted. They're highlighted. You see them, and you're really appreciating what that brings to the relationship. Perhaps realizing that you can't find some of those things out there with just anybody. Of course, you can find happiness with a lot of different people, but there are certain qualities and things that make you individually happy that can only be found in certain people, especially if you have a history, a long history, or children. There are certain things that, you start taking into consideration. Things become very important in different ways. But I do see movement into this beautiful celebration of this new chapter in your relationship. And both of you are very aware of what's going on. You've both come out of this ego-driven, I want what I want, and it's all about, if it's not satisfying me, you're out of all of that. It's about, how can I satisfy this other person? What can I do to show them that they are my King of Cups, right? That I want this new relationship, that I'm all about celebration. You're in an entirely new, appreciative perspective for this person. And they're seeing it. Holy moly, are they seeing it? They are feeling like they are on top of the world, like they can absolutely do anything. Anything is possible. It's happening. Oh my, they are in heaven. They are on cloud 9 right now, guys. But these are for those of you who have either had communication coming, or it's coming in and they have had a newfound realization, okay? But this is beautiful. This is beautiful energy that has been long awaited for. It's been a rough ride, okay? So for those of you who this is happening for, I am so freaking stoked for you, because I know how hard this has been, okay? I do. And you've had your individual situations, but man, this is all you've wanted. It's all been good intentions, just wanting that mutual respect, that mutual reciprocation of affection and love, and wanting to go out and do things and be spontaneous, but still be dependable, and all of those different areas that are important to you. These things are coming to light, but guess what? They're effortless right now. Right now, it's like you're in the honeymoon phase all over again, and you're not even worried about this. It's like everything is positive, and nothing can go wrong right now as long as you're positive, okay? And let me tell you something. You're kind of on the right track, okay? Because as long as you are positive and going forward, even any struggles that come up, they're all going to come out in a very positive aspect, whether you're moving into the right direction for a change that's needed and it's just pushing you in the direction of your mission, or it's just creating wonderful things, okay? You guys are feeling fantastic. Your masculine is feeling very warm and very loving and very caring about the situation, and just so happy that this is happening. And you're feeling on top of the world, like, I understand everything now. What can I do with this energy? What does this mean? Let's move forward. Let's go have fun. Let's fall in love again. Let's be happy. This is beautiful, beautiful, bright and fun and energetic energy. And it's just what you guys needed at the beginning of the year. I could not be happier with this reading so far, okay? All right. All right. Let me take 2 cards here for the near future, and 2 for a little bit farther out, okay? So you got the Five of Swords, and you got the Hierophant. So this is telling me that in the near future, okay, because life is not perfect, and as I said, challenges do come up, it's going to be extremely important that you do not go back to old ways of dealing with things, whether it's emotions, past things that have happened, pulling past into the future in an emotional situation is just loaded for new issues, okay? Yes, it's one thing to take a lesson and apply it in a very diplomatic and loving and easily receivable way. And then there's also a way of bringing about some old pain when it's not necessary. So if challenges do come up, or you're in this cloud nine and thinking, oh, no, nothing can go wrong, and something does come up, stick to what's working right now, okay? Don't go back to the old ways. Stick to what's working right now, because that is, your runner has huge respect for the fact that you're able to stick to the way you're being, and you have massive respect for the way that he's able to go about being consistent in his approach, okay? Now, coming up in the future, I have the Hermit, okay, and the Seven of Wands. So I see that there is going to be a possible situation where you are either going to need to defend your relationship. That's some third-party situations. You might hear a little bit of fluff from the outside as far as what are you doing, you know, making you go in and think about, you know, is this the right choice? Because the journey has been so intense, and because you've had a lot of support systems, some of you might not have exactly folks around that are so much supportive of the situation. They are for you, but the situation is tough for them to understand, especially if the twin flame concept is new. It's very hard for anyone else to understand what this means, how it's applied, and the connection involved. Because half the time it does sound insane. Like, what are you thinking? How did you go through all of that and get to here, and now you're, what's going on? It's really hard for folks to take in all of that energy and know what to do with it. You guys might have issues, but you flow through it like it's nothing, okay? You're able to get in it, discern from it, get through it, put it where it needs to go, move on, okay? I didn't say it was exactly easy and that it doesn't have its challenges and struggles and heartaches, but compared to others, you guys have a mission unlike anyone else, okay? And you're going to have a different outlook, it's going to look different, it's going to feel different, it's going to be different from anybody else's perspective on a relationship, okay? Especially those who don't understand karmic relationships, soulmates, life partners, twin flames, all of these things. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in, especially if relationships in general are a hard thing for someone to get through already, okay? Or talk about or deal with. So I do see that there is a lot of strength coming together. I see that with you guys. I have the feeling that you are going to be very discernful on how you go about handling, or how you go about putting off your relationship. It's almost like you are like a secret society, the two of you. Like, you are going at this a totally different route. You're not going to let anybody or anything come in it and jeopardize anything or make any kind of opportunity to ruffle feathers, okay? You're not necessarily on guard against the world, but you are a team, right? You know what you stand for. You know how hard you've worked to get here, okay? Now, for those of you who have not had any communication, all of this energy still applies. I see it coming. I see it coming, okay? This might not be travel in the future, but it is movement in the direction of this relationship. You're going to get some kind of information about this relationship that will help you get to the next step. It will help you get out of this Two of Swords feeling. It's going to shed light on exactly what you need to know and how to move forward. And in doing so, a whole new chapter opens for you. Things start moving forward as soon as you let go of the negative strain that it's putting on you. As soon as you say, you know what, I don't care anymore, and I leave it up to the universe, so be it. I can't do this anymore because I'm overwhelmed. I'm not going to sit around and wait and just put my life on hold for anybody. And as soon as you make that establishment, it's ready. It's like knocking at your door, ready to make that next step. You will start to see immediate progression, okay? Immediate signs. Your phone might even ring. All right, and you're going to get that information that you're looking for to move forward, and it's going to help you feel a lot better and just give you a new optimism on it, okay? And your runner is feeling great about everything in his world, about the money coming in, about how his cups have been placed in his world, and he's just all he's thinking about is how he wants to go about moving forward and starting those cups with you, okay? And how exactly he wants to go about reapproaching you, because he wants to come in like a knight in shining armor on this one. This is it. This is all or nothing for him, okay? So he's being very careful about doing this one right. So if you haven't heard from anybody or he's only been minimal, that is coming in due time. He's feeling really good right now, guys, okay? Feeling really good about everything in general. Okay, he's feeling out of an ego mind and way more in touch with intuition and his warm-hearted approach with things, okay? Just very loving right now and very giving and very optimistic about this future with you. And right now, getting through and making sure that he does this right, okay? Just going through kind of how he wants to handle that situation, making sure that any issues are avoided and no past approaches come out to upset you. And you might be a little bit concerned about that as well. So that's why that's kind of in the future. These are just concerns. These are things that you guys are pondering on, okay? If something does come up and you are communicating and something comes up where there is something you didn't expect, again, the new approach is the way to go, okay? Positive, loving, forward movement in the higher, serving the higher vibrations, okay? Go that direction. Don't go to past methods that did not have a positive outcome. And give me just a second. Let me make sure I don't have anything else for... I'm going to pull one more, guys. Yeah, I'm getting this goes back to that original message, any type of third-party opinions, belief systems, anything in that sort has nothing, it's none of their business, okay? At the end of the day, it's none of their business. Yes, they care about you. Yes, they love you. Yes, they've been invested, okay? Emotionally and probably in other ways. But the way to have this success continue to a positive outcome is to discern your team here, okay? Be very careful on who you bring in. If you're upset with your twin flame, okay, don't necessarily just run to your best friend or a family member like you used to, if that's the case, and start blabbing off things that are going wrong, okay? Because those interpretations are going to create negative energies and influence into your relationship. They're going to delay forward movement towards success. And it's also going to hinder your forward progression in a positive and new way of delivering your feelings to any given situation. Out with the old, in with the new. You don't want to go back to old and bring it in, okay? It will affect how you go forward. All right, I'm going to pull a card for each of you. All right, for my divine feminine, compassion. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living love. All right. So, as we mentioned earlier, as you're going through here and you're just really feeling solid about how you've moved forward here and how you've worked, how hard you've worked, all of the individual healing that you have done, you're showing that to the world right now, which is part of your mission is showing that even though adversity is in our lives, acts of love, loving yourself, moving forward in loving ways, it's proving to people that compassion for yourself and for others exists, and that it really does have a positive outcome in the end, even though you went through that. Okay? And for my divine masculine responsibility, you are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express, which is why he is in pondering mode for those of you who have not heard from him, them, her, excuse me, could be male or female, who have not heard from the divine masculine. They are very carefully choosing their words and their approach. They are feeling in a place of wanting to be held responsible or being viewed as a responsible person. Okay, they want you to see that they are taking great care in approaching this relationship, and you will respect that and show compassion towards that person by reciprocating that careful planning. Even though it took a long time, you're not coming back and saying, oh, well, that took long enough, blah, 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 right? You're coming back and saying, you know what? You did what you had to do. I totally respect that. I support you. I'm here for you. And I had to do the same thing. So let's go show everybody some of this love, right? Because now you guys you're in a place of living and loving and sharing to the world. Okay? I am so happy for those of you who are have forward progression already. I am even more excited for those of you who it's coming, because I know you've been waiting a long time. All right. If you want any further clarification on anything that we have reviewed, please send me a message, email me for a private reading. I can certainly give you some further clarification on if you have any issues that are coming in the future that might have some that you want to just either have preventative measures or know exactly who or what you're dealing with and how to go about handling it. Let me know, so we can definitely look into that. And in the meantime, guys, I will see you. Not next week, but the next, okay? For a further clarification on your beautiful union. I hope you have a great 2 weeks, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye. you don't delay on the situation and you actually make that next step, because it's really important, especially at the beginning of 2019. This is a powerful year. Anything that you want to come into fruition, this is for everybody. What you put into it right now is going to have a huge effect on how that plays out in the rest of the year. So anything grand that you're wanting to create, start making these definitive characteristics on what it is exactly that you want. Make your order, make it concise, make it exactly what you want, and stick to that. Okay. Those are a couple of different messages there for Capricorns. Okay. But again, I'm seeing again, for those of you who there's an opportunity or a decision that needs to be made, or any kind of movement, don't delay on this situation, because it is going to bring you success. So make sure you're staying true to yourself and staying true to the situation. Okay, don't avoid it, don't procrastinate. And I'm a Capricorn as well, so I know how that goes. But take that step, even if it's scary and even if it's a little bit nerve-wracking, because as soon as you get on the other side of it, man, the reliability and your consistency in that is really going to show that you're going to get exactly what it is you've been waiting for. Okay, guys? All right. I hope that helps. I will see you next week with some further clarification. And if you do have a parent or anybody who wants to do private reading, my information is below. Hit subscribe and notification bell there, and I will reach you on the next one. Okay? Have a great week, guys.